Hey, what is up everybody? Here, coming live from you today, Sunday evening on Mr. Conan J. Wallace's YouTube channel. So, as you are plugging in right now, this is something a little bit different than what we're normally doing. A little bit late on a Sunday night, so we're trying to actually come to some of the folks that reached out to us yesterday and they're like, hey, do you guys ever do anything Sunday evenings? Because that's really the only time that I have to actually be able to plug in. So, we got something cool, some new tech that we're bringing live to you. Once again, my name is Ray Fleming. My business partner Joseph Smith, also affiliate CJ Wallace, coming live to you from CJ Wallace's channel. So I want to thank you for that, Mr. Conan J. Wallace. You're the man. And so what we're talking about today is how to get rental properties with conjunction of business credit and how we actually use business credit and bringing that to the table. So it's super excited for you guys, and this is going to be a jam-packed training. Now, contact information on the screen here, 888-524-9273 is our phone number. You can always schedule business credit consultations, velocity banking consultations, or you just have some questions about real estate investing in general. Go ahead and follow. I guess in the description it has the Wise Guys and Ties contact for a free consultation. Go ahead and use that form. But let's just go ahead and dive into what we're actually going to train on today. We got some great trainings for you guys. Oh, and because it is Thanksgiving weekend, it is Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, we are giving away an iPad Air 2. So what you have to do is text SBS to 602-497-2257. Alright, so when you do that, you're going to actually get a link and the opportunity to also get an ebook on how to get $150,000 business lines of credit for your business. So you get a free ebook and you get entered into the drawing for the iPad Air 2, which we will be announcing the winner on Tuesday's live YouTube. So we got a great live YouTube coming up this Tuesday, and we will be announcing that winner live. Okay, so actually, just gonna go over a little disclaimers and disclosures. Everything that we're talking about tonight is general in scope. I'm not practicing any law at this point, or I'm not an accountant, financial advisor, broker, any other licensed individual. Even if I have those licenses, since we're on YouTube, we're doing this general in scope, none of those are actually in practice. Now, we do have financial advisors on our team. We have attorneys, we have accountants, and then so as you start working with us, we can help you with the right professionals for everything that you need. Okay, and then so this is an example of really making money in real estate and utilizing business credit with success. Now, so all the taxes and the business structures that we are talking about tonight, these worked for us. And it's kind of in that situation where we're sharing with you what has worked for us, the exact business plan that we have actually developed and used to raise capital. That's what's so cool. Tonight, I'm going to actually show you and go over our business plan that we used to raise over $400,000 in less than a month, really. So if you are interested in learning how to raise that type of money that quickly to buy the real estate that you want to buy, then you're in the right spot. All right, so let's dive into this. What we're talking about tonight is one of our companies called the Thousand Door Project. Now, so everything that you see on the screen that's a square shape or rectangle shape is actually a business. It's its own entity type. So we created we have several businesses that we have created, and there's multiple reasons: tax advantages, liability protection. But the number one reason is how many businesses can you start? Just flat out, how many can you start? Well, there really is no limit to how many you can start, and the reason for that is because America is really built around providing really the most advantages to small business owners. And so what we really love is the ability to build business credit, especially when we're doing real estate, because it mitigates risk. It's all about mitigating risk when you are building a business and you are really planning for retirement, investing in real estate. Really, is real estate risky? Yes, it definitely is. And of course, if you have any questions, type them into the comment box. I'll be trying to answer as many questions as I can as I go through. So we got some really cool new tech that up and running, and so far it looks like we're doing pretty good. So as you see these boxes, remember, just everything is its own entity and its own legal structure, and I'll try to cover all of the legal structures that we actually are using. So my business partner, Joseph Smith, he was like, hey Ray, I want to buy some rental properties. This was a few years ago when we first started working together, and I was like, you know what? I want to buy some rental properties too. And he's like, okay, Ray, you got some money? And I was like, no, I don't have much money. And you got money? He said, nope, I don't have money. And I was like, well, then what are we gonna do? We better go get some money. That's how we actually became such, I guess, connoisseurs and experts on the art of business credit, is because we had to find the money. We didn't have the money. And so we had to actually figure out how to create resources for our businesses. Now, so this little box that you see up here at the top, that is Joseph's business. And then so I have my S Corp as well. So those two up there are S Corps. We each own those, you know, those are what our family has, that everything kind of trickles down to. So we got our two little businesses. We formulated a company called Wise Guys and Ties. So that's who's coming to you live today, Wise Guys and Ties. So it's a business consulting firm handling business credit, property management, and it manages other businesses. That's really what it does. It's a business management company. And so as we started to go along, we were looking for some funds. And so as we were looking for funds, these are the folks that we partnered with. Now, so what do we have to bring to the table? Why would people want to partner with us? Well, I'll tell you what we brought to the table is the expertise of business credit. And I'll tell you, if you can show your partners how you can bring some massive skills of business structure, business knowledge, and especially on the financing side, and how we're going to be able to leverage and grow lines of credit, access loans, SBA financing, collateral financing, cash advances, cash flow financing. I mean, if you can start to talk the talk and walk the walk, people want to be part of your team. So think about these things as we're talking about them today. What do you want to do? And is money for the business going to be necessary? And if so, is that going to help partners come on board, credit partners, financing partners, retirement fund partners? Because a lot of these companies that you're looking at, remember, everything in a square is a company. So we have JKJRPMG. These are self-directed IRA LLCs. It's very important to understand that your retirement does not have to be in the stock market, the Wall Street casino. It doesn't have to be there. You can literally direct where your retirement goes. But I'm a 34-year-old guy. I have a track record of building businesses. I have a track record of finance. I have a track record of successful real estate transactions. Well over 20 real estate fix and flips at this point. And, there's wholesales in there. There's a couple, fix and flips. There's all sorts of different kind of transactions in there. But ever since I moved into doing this full-time, actually the real estate investment side 3.5 years ago, we yet have not lost any money on any deal. Literally, I mean, each deal that we have done so far has, by the blessings of God, been profitable. That is not the norm, but it all comes down to our knowledge. We don't move sometimes as fast. People are like, well, Ray, some look at it and say, wow, 20 deals, that's good stuff. And some say, well, that's all you've done? We've already closed on like 4 this year. But that's the thing is, we want to make sure that we're not in a rush to lose money. And you shouldn't be either. So when we go into a situation, if we're like, hey, we want to get rentals, we start by coming up with a plan. This that I'm showing you right now is our business plan. This is the plan that we took to our partners or future investors and got them on board. It literally took 5 months to put this all together before we even went out to do the deals. Now that's what some people skip. They kind of put the cart before the horse. And they're like, hey, I gotta go get this property and then try to go get the money. See, that's backwards, because then you're scrambling, you're looking for funds, and you're like, oh, I gotta find the money. Can you give me the money? Can you give me the money? No. Desperation stinks. People do not want to work with you if you are desperate for money. So you get your funds right first before moving forward. Hey, Jesus. Yeah, what's up, buddy? How are you? Good to see you, Jesus. Man, all right, so self-directed IRA LLCs, those are the partnerships that we have brought onto the table. Now, what's great is the way that we structured this business is we broke it into Wise Guys and Ties owns half. Yes, Wise Guys gets 50% of the ownership, and our partners that are bringing the funds, they get the other 50%, just broken up between those. It's really broken up by how much money they've brought to the table. Absolutely amazing. So it's a partnership LLC. This is important to understand. 50% of the services, or I would say 50% of the ownership, is provided by the service partners. Now, what does that mean? That means that Wise Guys and Ties is providing all the services. We do all the work. We basically manage managers. So we manage the property manager, we manage the contractors, we manage the accountants, the CPAs, the attorneys. We make sure everything is, we're the CFOs, the CEOs. That's what we are of this company. Now, what do our partners bring? They bring the money. They bring the finances through their retirement plan. Now, if we're just doing that, that's not enough, okay? Because what we did was, our goal was to raise $400,000. We were thinking, we're not sure yet, it might take 6 months. But once we put this plan together and started showing some people, and remember, this is the exact PowerPoint that we showed to people to raise the funds. We said, okay, this is our goal. We want $400,000, and we'll talk to you why. Currently, our fix and flip company has these 2 properties under contract. If this company doesn't want, if the new 1,000 Doors project doesn't want to do it, that's okay, because we will sell them off and we will make some money. However, they have some good equity in them. In the current market, where it's hard to find multifamily housing, duplexes, triplexes, things of that nature, it's hard to find those right now, due to the fact that it's hot, and anything 4 units and under, let's see, so single family houses, duplexes, triplexes, and quads where there's 4 units, those all can still qualify for just regular FHA conventional loans. They don't have to be commercial. That's what's so cool is first-time homebuyers, they could buy a triplex. You should, actually. If you're a first-time homebuyer, live in one of them, rent out the other 2, your mortgage is paid. It's a beautiful way to do it. So this is what we're looking at. We're looking at, there's a triplex, and then we also got the duplex, we got the duplex. The duplex up here. So we got the triplex and the duplex. The duplex is under contract for $160,000, worth almost about $200,000. The triplex is under contract for $220,000, worth about $260,000, I would say. That was about right where they were at the time we purchased. Just a little over a year ago is when we purchased these. Now, the first and foremost thing that we do is immediately start building business credit. Immediately. So we're opening Home Depot cards. We're opening up gas cards. We're opening up accounts for cards to start to utilize the strengths of the business. And there's a lot of things that we have going on here. We have cash flow coming in. We have collateral. And these are all aspects about properly structuring a business, properly growing a business. These are extremely important. Now, so what is business credit? It takes 6 to 12 months to build $50,000 in business lines of credit. Really? $50,000 in business lines of credit in only 6 to 12 months. Now, I know that if you've been a fan of CJ Wallace for a while, you know he's really big on velocity banking, he's big on business credit, and it is a game changer. So, you guys understand, if you want to get into the real estate game, you have to have business credit as part of your game plan. This is just something that is non-negotiable. Because I'll tell you why. What is the biggest risk of owning rental properties? The biggest risk. Well, the biggest risk is tenants, termites, toilets, and taxes. These unforeseen expenses that, bam, come out, pop out, and hit you. Yes, these are the big problems, big expenses that you run into. So what happens if your tenant, you have to go through an eviction, and then all of a sudden they trash the place and you got $2,000 worth of damage? Yikes! How are you going to fix that? Well, if you kept the cash on hand, that means that all your rents, all your cash flow, you've been stockpiling in a savings account and you can't use in case something happens. That's not the best scenario. Or let's say that your AC goes out. That's $5,000 right there. Or the roof leaks. If it's let's say it's a triplex and you have a big long roof, I mean, we're talking 15 grand of expenses there. But if you did not have a backup plan, then you're going to have to bring in your personal credit. Maybe you have a personal credit card that you're going to use, or maybe you personally guaranteed some business credit cards because you couldn't qualify for anything else. What we are showing you folks here is how to get business lines of credit without using your social security number. We want you to be able to qualify for the loans and the financing without putting up your personal house, without putting your personal self liable. There's a reason that, and in this situation, should I be liable? Should Joseph be liable? Should our partners be liable? No, they can't even be liable because it's their retirement accounts. So this is the only way to actually get money for the business. So this is huge, guys. This is really big. Now, as we're looking through this plan, we got the duplex, we got the triplex, and we're masterminding and bringing business credit to the table. Because then that way, if anything happens, we can weather those storms. Also, of course, there's also going to be umbrella insurance on everything. There's going to be life insurance. Now, what you see in red is money going out, or that's money going out. Everything in green allows money to come in. Now, life insurance, you'll see it's both red and green. The reason for that is basically overfunding whole life policies. There's a strategy that we learned about basically creating a tax-free banking system with life insurance policies. If you're interested in knowing more about that we don't have time to talk about that today, but of course you can reach us at the Wise Guys and Ties. Contact us and fill out the form on a website for a consultation. Okay, perfect. Let's move forward. Now, the other thing that we got going on here that you see pop up is liability insurance on both the properties and renter's insurance. So renter's insurance is in blue, and that's because there's really no cost to us. This is something that the renters pay for. It's just going to help them and protect them as, you know, say they have a truck with some tools and it gets stolen. We can't cover that for them. Then that's something that's covered by their renter's insurance. And the great thing about that is it helps reduce your liability as well. Now, another expense that you gotta plan for when you have rental properties is the taxes and the maintenance. Yes, there is. But remember, we're building business credit to offset any of those maintenance expenses. In the first week when you get a Home Depot card, that can help out. You know, this business, the first week, $1,000 availability at Home Depot. Washer goes out, that can happen. Like, dryer goes out, you need to replace that. Then what do? How do you pay that down? Well, once your rents come in and the cash flow, then you can pay down the lines of credit. That's the key right there. You're gonna spend money on these things anyway. You might as well be building a good track record so you can qualify for loans and lines of credit down the road. Oh, this is great stuff, guys. I can't tell you how excited I am about this business model in general. Now, so once these are rented out, fully rented out, we got the monthly cash flow of the duplex coming off at $1,172, and we have the monthly cash flow coming off of the triplex at $1,667. What's cool is that comes back into the business. Now, see, the triplex LLC and the duplex LLC, remember, those are their own businesses. So each of these little squares here, these are their own rectangles, I should say, are their own business. So the triplex has its own bank account. The duplex has its own bank account. It has its own legal structure. Then those transfer, they literally write checks to their parent company, the Thousand Doors, who has its own bank account. So remember, now there's multiple bank accounts, there's multiple transactions, the rents are coming into here. The great thing is, all the businesses are showing monthly revenue, monthly income, and it's starting to build a healthy banking track record. This isn't like we get the rents and put it directly in Thousand Doors. No, the rents get deposited into each company bank account, then transferred to the parent company. Very, very important to understand. Okay, so then after we get the funds, the money starts to trickle back out to the partners. This is a crucial aspect of what we're doing here. Then what's cool is the money, that the cash flow, it starts to come out. And the cash flow split is considered profit. Now the reason that we're doing all this is just to start growing this. Remember, we had an initial investment of $400,000. Actually, it came out to $406,000 was the initial investment. Yes, Dwayne Mayweather, what's up, buddy? Woohoo! Good to see you on Sunday night. Hope you're having a great day. All right, so we want to actually get I'm gonna move over here, commercial property. That is the goal. So what we're working on right now is the reason that we bought these properties. Remember, there's no debt. We bought these free and clear. We have cash flow coming off. We have monthly track records. We have accounting in place. We have the banking records. And then we start to be able to qualify for getting larger properties because we have cash flow, collateral, and credit. Those are what we call the trifecta, the three ingredients to success. So what we're taking a look at is this commercial property here. Now this commercial property, we're actually looking at a couple different options right now. We're in the process of doing this right now. So we need, for $1 million property, we will need $250,000 for a down payment. Now, what we are looking at is, yes, it is all legal. Good to see you, Mr. CJ Wallace. Oh, and we got the truck driver. Good stuff, man. I love you guys. Okay, so we got the commercial real estate LLC that we are starting up, but we need $250,000 as a down payment. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually we're going to use the main parent company to. Well, actually, let me go back here. What we're going to do is we're going to use non-recourse collateral loans from the two properties that we already own free and clear. Those are what are going to be able to come together to create that $250,000 down payment. Beautiful. Now, what we're doing is we're going to leverage the business credit and the track record of the parent company to get non-recourse commercial loan for the remainder $750,000. What's cool about that is when you go to buy a commercial property, an apartment building, the apartment building is a business itself, so you can use the apartment building as a way to represent how you're going to pay down the debt. So that's really great, is because you don't need to already have all that cash flow to, if you're like, I don't have enough cash flow to purchase $1 million property, yeah, but what are you going to buy that's worth $1 million? Is it producing enough to pay the debt? That is what's important. And if you can prove that what it's going to produce enough to pay the debt, then lenders feel more comfortable. Okay, but all right, so we're going to move forward in putting in business credit on that commercial property, liability insurance, renter's insurance. Man, Dwayne, it's great to see you, buddy. It's good to see you, man. All right, so liability, renter's insurance on the commercial property, absolutely necessary. Then we will start to implement what Mr. CJ Wallace is the master at, velocity banking. Velocity banking, folks, yes, not just for your personal finances, but for your business debts, because we got now debt. We did not have debt when we started. So super important that we start to hack down that debt as fast as possible so we can continue to leverage and grow. Oh, I love this stuff, guys. And if you don't know what velocity banking is, velocity banking uses business lines of credit and cash flow from the properties to transfer the amortized interest into simple interest, which has the effect of aggressively paying down debt in 1/3 the time. That is some good stuff. Of course, we have taxes, maintenance, loan repayments, and so the cash flow, the money that's coming off, it's getting shot out to all the other businesses there. And what's super important about that is after all loan repayments, the monthly cash flow goes back to the parent company. So we're working on the second year now of this business. I guess we're just a little over a year and 2 months into this business. So we had a request by one of the largest partners in there. He's like, I'm going to treat this a little bit like venture capital. All investment capital is to be paid back in 5 years through the selling of properties or taking out a loan against the death benefit or the life insurance policy on Joseph and Ray. That's why we are actually getting the life insurance in place, because you can overfund it and get loans against the cash value. That's a whole nother strategy that we won't necessarily dive into today, but knowing on how you're going to be able to get your partner's money back is super important. Now what's cool is we got these, let's go back. We got these businesses with properties that have track records of cash flow, collateral, and credit. What is really powerful is we may not even have, in 5 years, the amount of credit lines that are on these businesses, the track record that these businesses have. We could literally start another company and just move the property and sell the shell. What would it be worth, and what would you pay for a company that has $400,000 in lines of credit, and it has a lo-fi bank record, and it has it's all set up for SBA loans, and it's ready to go? What is that worth? Would somebody pay $400,000 for that? I know we could sell it across, you could sell it on terms, but that's the beauty of what we're doing here, folks. We're creating assets from assets, and then it just starts to multiply and grow over and over again. That's the power of real estate. That's the power of business credit. That's the power of business, period. You just can't do that with your W-2 day job. That is how you have a day job, is because somebody else went through and created this. So your job is to continue the creation and expansion so you can keep contributing and helping the economy grow. All right, so is everything always beautiful? No, it's not. What I'm going to talk about right now is this triplex. We had to go through an eviction. Yeah, the beginning part of 2019. The beginning part of this year, we had to go through an eviction. We had tenants in there paying $1,300 a month on one of the units. Nice. Yes, it was nice. But of course, right after last December, they started to have some relationship issues. Not really quite sure what was happening, but the guy, the boyfriend or whatever, he jetted. So then she's like, well, I can't pay for it. Sorry. And then she's like, well, I don't want to move. You're going to have to kick me out. And we're like, well, we tried to work with her, and she's like, I can't help you guys. So we had to go through the process of the actual eviction. Not the ideal situation, but these things happen. And so then we had to put about $1,500 into it to clean it up and get it going. That's where the business credit comes into play. But then we're marketing it in a we're showing it a little bit. You know, we got some prospects here. We're about 3 weeks into it. We look like we're about to get a lease signed and get a new guy in there. But property manager calls me early in the morning and he's like, "Hey Ray, who is your insurance guy? Do you have insurance? Who's your insurance?" All of a sudden, all this insurance talk, and I'm like, whoa. First off, why? That's the worst thing I ever want to hear when you're calling. And he's like, "I'm standing in all this water." And I'm like, "Oh no, what are you doing in all this water?" So here's the floor. This is the upstairs bathroom where we had the leak. And what happened is, this is the nice little bubble bladder that was right above the upstairs bathroom sink. Okay, so this is 2 stories. Upstairs, it's unique. There's a kitchen, there is a bathroom, a bedroom, and a living area. Downstairs, there's 2 more bedrooms and a living area and another bathroom. Okay, so we're talking about now where the leak came from. Upstairs bathroom. This ceiling is the upstairs bathroom, the furthest thing away from the steps, or from the stairwell. And what happened is the hot water handle on the water, the faucet somehow broke off and was shooting hot water. Well, I mean, for a short period of time it was hot water, but water was shooting up at that ceiling for approximately 48 hours. Yikes. Dude, you have no idea how I was freaking out. I'm freaking out at this point. I'm like, holy smokes, take pictures. I'm calling insurance and we're going to see what's going on right now. So he's like, "Yeah, Ray, because the roof downstairs, it's like collapsing, and it was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. There was drywall on the floor. These things happen. He's stepping in it, squishing. There's just so much water." I didn't even know if insurance was going to cover it. Many times in the water situation, depends on what the situation is, but you may not be covered. But just look at that tile floor on the bottom, just so much water. So here, I'm going to show you a little walkthrough. Moving this a little bit quick, but it's a little too much for the computer. But what's important here is you can see that, I'm going to just pop out of the way. Okay, so what you can see is that they had to take out the flooring. That's the bathroom. 2 to 3 feet of drywall around the whole base there. Taking out the door frames. They had to take out absolutely everything. Oh man, it was just a mess. So this used to be carpet, this used to be laminate flooring, and this is as we journey into the bathroom where the actual leak took place. So that's where that sink was, and right above that, that's where that big bubble bladder thing was in the ceiling, and it was shooting at the skylight there. We had to take out the shower, the tub. Well, I guess they left the tub, but had to take out the all the walls, and it was just, oh man, it was a mess. It was such a mess. So I'm wondering how much is this going to cost. And like I said, you know, the kitchen was upstairs, so they had all the kitchen cabinets out in the middle because they had to do the mitigation and dry everything out and survey the damage. But this is where the kitchen used to be, and they just had to tear everything out. So right after we found out about the leak, what we did was instantly and immediately start calling a mitigation company, a restoration company, to come in and get everything wet out and start the drying process. It is absolutely crucial and important that you do this for your insurance sake. Now, as I'm journeying downstairs, this is something that shocked me, that there was no drywall right there, and I'm thinking to myself, why is there no drywall right there? And as I get downstairs, notice that they absolutely had to remove every single piece of drywall throughout the entire downstairs of the house. Oh man, yikes. That was, man, this was just, it was scary. Absolutely scary. Absolutely scary. And so there, as I'm looking at the picture here on the computer, that's what That's what the culprit was. Yeah, right there. So this was Joseph's computer, and that is where it came from. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Alright, so here we go. Let's get back on this. So that's the downstairs bathtub. Whew. But, great thing about that though, we were able, we had the right insurance policies in place. We don't just buy insurance online, we have an insurance agent. We discuss all the situations and make sure that we are covered on every situation. This was over $100,000 rehab that was required, which insurance paid for. And the great thing is we also got loss of rents while the work was taking place. So we actually never missed a beat, or skipped a beat I should say. And we got the rents while it's being worked on. It took less than like 2 weeks after all the work was done to put a new renter in there because it was then just beautiful and completely done. We had an appraisal. Appraisal came in at $265,000. Just beautiful. We already got a substantial amount of equity from when we purchased it. Great stuff. We were talking about some of the deals that we've been working on just the last about 2 years or so. There's some of those. But all of these, literally, because of business credit, that's the reason that people felt comfortable actually going in on this. Using business credit as kind of your backing, your guarantee that you can do the rehab, that you can, if you're going to use hard money, you can't get 100% financing typically unless you start to do something with your personal credit. But you're going to need money for the rehab. There you go. And I wouldn't use a conventional loan if you're going to do a flip. So let's figure out some better ways to do this. And I'll tell you what, hands down, business credit is the greatest way to actually do what you need to do in business. It just is. Like I said, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of our business credit builder. This is just a quick little video, not video, but a quick little training by my other partner. He's going to show you real quick how we will get you $50,000 in business lines of credit in the next 6 to 12 months without using your social security number. And if that sounds interesting to you, take a look at this.
Hello, it's Ty Crandall with Credit Suite, and in this short video I'm going to walk you through and show you exactly what you're going to receive of the Business Credit Builder as soon as you enroll. So what you're looking at right now is the 7-step business credit building program. This is where you're able to build credit for your business that's linked to your EIN number and not linked to your social security number. This is credit that can be obtained without a personal guarantee, but most important, without a personal credit check. So when you get started as part of the Business Credit Builder, you're going to start right here on step 1. And in step 1, we're walking you through lender and credit issuers' secret set of standards. They're guidelines that you must meet in order to get approved and start getting credit for your business, and also to eventually qualify for business financing. So in this step, we walk you through all aspects of your business, from your business name, your address, your entity, your phone listing, your website, everything that's involved on a loan application. We're educating you of what lenders are actually looking for. We're even helping you meet this criteria before you go through and start applying. And this customized experience makes it easy because you're only exposed to information that's pertinent to you. So for example, if you already have your business name, you click simply yes you do, you enter your business name, you move right on to the next step. But let's say you're still trying to figure out what your business name is and you say, no, I don't have a business name. Well, then we're introducing you to all the information that you need to set up your business name, from the Secretary of State records in your state so you can see if the name you like is available, to restricted industry lists so you can see if the industry that you're thinking about getting into or the name you're thinking about choosing is on a restricted list, which would limit the amount of credit and financing you have access to even video training that will give you more in-depth knowledge of what you need to know to select a business name. You can also come through and click resources and even access a resource of a company that will help you with the process of setting up your business name. So every aspect of the actual Business Credit Builder works the same way. So in step 1, we're going to walk through, make sure your business address meets lending criteria, make sure you you know the right entity that eliminates your liability, get your EIN number set up, everything you need to do to set up your business credibly. After you've navigated through this step, then we start accessing and giving you access to the actual business credit reporting agencies. In this step, you're able to come through and find out with Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax if you have a credit profile and score established with them now, and begin the process of establishing the credit profile and score with them. You start, for example, with Dun & Bradstreet by us walking you through how to get your free DUNS number. You start with Experian by us giving you access to the free business or the free Experian Smart Business Access data, which tells you how many trade lines you have on your report, if you have a report with them now, if you have a score with them now. We even help you do a check with Equifax and take the first steps to initially get set up with them as well. Then it's time to start applying for credit. As soon as you navigate through and make sure your business is set up credibly and make sure you already have or don't have a business credit profile, then the next step is to start getting access to real usable credit. These are places like Behalf.com, Quill, Gimplers, Uline, and more that offer things like office supplies, shipping supplies, things you can really use to build your business, but these places are very, very special. They're special because they do two very unique things. First, they report to the business credit reporting agencies, helping you establish your initial business credit report and score. And secondly, they'll give you credit even if you have no business credit already established and not needing to check your personal credit. So these are sources that anybody can get approved for. And the best part is that once you come in, once you apply, once you get approved and use your credit and pay that bill, then within 30 to 60 days, that account typically reports to the business credit reporting agency. You have initial trade lines reporting that gives you a credit profile, it gives you a credit score, and then you're then able to move in to start getting even more credit with revolving types credit at most stores that you're familiar with. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. So after you start getting some credit, the next thing you're going to want to do is monitor your business credit reports. So in this step, in step 4, we help you gain access to your Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax credit monitoring services. Now, you will pay for these services directly from the reporting agencies, and you don't necessarily need all three. But whatever one you choose to go with, we're giving you the information to get the best deal with the reporting agency to get the lowest price possible, and we're providing you education on how to read your reports and understand your credit scores. Once you now access your business credit reports to verify that the initial accounts that you got are reporting, then you can start moving into more net 30 and revolving accounts at, again, many retailers that you're already familiar with. Places like Amazon, Tiger Direct, Staples, Lowe's, AutoZone, Sherwin-Williams, Macy's, and more and more. And every one of these sources you're able to access, you're able to get information about them, you're all able to see who they actually report to, what products and services they sell, and the exact underwriting guidelines, exactly what you need to know to get approved with that actual source. These are things that they do not publish, but by us making it so easy for you to know what their guidelines are and to apply, it makes it easy for you to get approved. And again, this is credit you're able to get without a personal credit check, without a personal guarantee, and with much higher credit limits than what you're often accustomed to. As a matter of fact, in this step, and even in the beginning, you're able to start getting approved for $2,000 or more limits, and in this step and beyond, it's often $2,000, $5,000, even $10,000 limits that you can get at a lot of the same retailers that you're able to buy things now to actually grow your business. And it continues on. Once you get 6 total accounts, then you're able to move on to round 3, where you're able to get credit at places like Best Buy, Office Depot, Staples, Home Depot, okay, Dell, Walmart, and more and more and more. And the Finance Suite has the largest selection, or the Business Credit Builder has the largest selection of sources for you to come in and get to actually build your business credit and get real usable credit that you want to have. You even have access to fleet cards at major retailers, so you're able to get high limit accounts to buy things like gas and office supplies and computers and you know, things at places like Home Depot and so many other sources. So again, the Business Credit Builder has more access to sources to help you get business credit that's linked to your EIN and not your social security number than anywhere else you'll ever find. We make it easy to apply. We provide the underwriting guidelines so you know everything that's involved to successfully build your business credit. Now, what's great about business credit is you can get business credit even if you don't have cash flow, even if you don't have collateral, and regardless of your personal credit. It's the only kind of money you can get when you don't have cash flow, credit, or collateral. But if you do have cash flow, credit, or collateral, well, then you're able to come into the Finance My Business section and get access to actual business loans, actual business credit lines at tons of different lenders, private investor sources, even venture capital is all available through the Business Credit Builder. You simply come in, you'll initially fill out what's called a finance blueprint qualifier, and with that information, we cross-check it against guidelines for hundreds of different lenders to give you the approval decisions of all the financial products that you'll be able to get approved for, as well as business credit. What might you qualify for? Well, it depends on if you have cash flow, credit, or collateral. If you do have consistent cash flow, that's usually over $10,000 a month, or if you do have good personal credit or a credit partner or guarantor that does, or if you do have some kind of viable collateral, then chances are good that you can qualify for business financing. But even if you don't, the great news is you can still get business credit. You can still get very high limit accounts through a lot of major retailers, vendor credit, store credit, fleet credit, and more. So this is exactly what you get access to once you complete your order. This is the Business Credit Builder. You're able to navigate through the process step by step. You're actually able to use videos to navigate through the process so you can establish a strong business credit profile and score, which helps you get access to a lot of credit while also making you more lendable, helping you get approved for higher loan amounts and better terms. And don't forget about the Finance My Business section as well, which helps you get financing if you have access or if you have collateral, cash flow, or credit now. So go ahead, finish the order on this page, and you'll be able to get started and get access to your own unique Business Credit Builder.
All right, thanks, Ty. That was amazing. Good stuff. Okay, so
Hello, it's Ty Crandall with Credit Suite, and in this short video I'm going to walk you through and show you exactly what you're going to receive of the Business Credit Builder as soon as you enroll. So what you're looking at right now is the 7-step business credit building program. This is where you're able to build credit for your business that's linked to your EIN number and not linked to your Social Security number. This is credit that can be obtained without a personal guarantee, but most important, without a personal credit check. So when you get started as part of the Business Credit Builder, you're going to start right.
Oh, there we go. All right. I thought we transferred it over, but we didn't. That's okay, guys. So let's talk about really why we can guarantee you that you're going to get $50,000 in business lines of credit. Well, when you get enrolled in the Business Credit Builder, you get 24/7 access to your own business financing suite. That's $209 or $299 value. You get this is in both English and in Spanish. Business advisors who will coach you through the process. That's worth, $1,200 right there. Help with set up your business name, your entity, your EIN. Help with the address, the toll-free phone number setup. You also get help with the setup of your fax number, your 411 listing. That's a $460 value. Help with setup of your website, your email address, licensing, online listing, compliance checks. We got help in setup of the bank and merchant accounts. We have set up your business with Dun & Bradstreet, Experian. When you're setting up with Dun & Bradstreet, you got to make sure you're not telling them the wrong type of stuff. Dun's number set up with Dun & Bradstreet, $1,500 right there. Your BIN set up with Experian, dispute and fix any discrepancies on your credit report there. Largest supply of starter vendors, massive selection of retail fleet credit, no personal guarantee credit checks. I'm like, there's so much here. Hard to find cash credit and cash flow financing for bad credit, unsecured financing, 0% rates even for startups. Asset-based financing, SBA loans, term loans, lines of credit, total value $12,000 easily what this is worth. We've spent, I think, over now $60,000 on just this system and utilizing it and making sure that it is up and running for you guys. So, of course, wiseguysandties.com. What do we actually charge for this? Well, the retail price is $4,997. That's it, usually financed over about a year. We do offer a one-time cash discount price of $2,497. Then what's great is we have a partnership going on with Credit Suite right now. Okay, that's how we have access to everything. We went into business with Credit Suite, so if you know Credit Suite, they are the #1 in the business. They've been doing this for 11 years, and we were like, hey, we actually are going to create a partnership with them because they have the track record of success. So if you go on there, you'll see all the things that are included in the Credit Suite Business Credit Builder. You get it all with us too. The great thing is, since we're partners, we actually can offer it to you at a discounted price. And only mainly special for CJ Wallace's YouTube channel. You can look on their website, you'll see their payment options at $3,000. You know, right there, our price is already a $500 savings. We have the same financial team, the same financial advisors, the loan officers. When you're working with us, you're working with Credit Suite as well. So, great little bonuses that you're going to get when you get started with us today. Now, there's 7 bonuses. One is ebook. You're going to get 9 devastating mistakes business owners make when financing. The 12 credit lines and cards that you can get for your business right now. The definitive guide to building business credit. Also, 27 killer ways to get cash financing for your business. Then we also have the business credit building checklist. We have the FICO scores decoded. So this is personal credit. So this is how to optimize your personal credit, because that's also super important. And of course, you get the business credit, the entrepreneur's playbook to building business credit, the book that I and Joseph Smith have actually authored and produced. What's really great about this book has 30 accounts with underwriting guidelines and who they report to and how to actually access those accounts without using your social security number. Super powerful stuff, guys. Over $300 value right there. Now, of course, because it is Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, we are giving you the unbelievable price and the amazing opportunity right now to work with us for only $1,749. Now this price does expire tomorrow night. So you have until tomorrow night. So we gave you, we talked to a lot of people yesterday, we talked to people Friday. So many people are like excited, they're getting ready, they're like already starting to plan and think. They're like, well, I'm spending, $2,000 on Christmas anyways. I might as well spend some money on something that's gonna grow my business so I can guarantee in 2020 Christmas, I have more than enough to pay for my family and celebrate, and, because my business is up and running. So we are bringing this to you guys as a phenomenal deal because we want you guys to succeed. We want you to have the best deal possible. Going into the end of the year, this is a business expense, this is a business write-off. Think about that too. This is just offset your taxable liability. Oh man. But guys, I'm gonna basically leave it at that. I know it's getting late, you gotta get to bed, but I want you to think about this. I want you guys to go to the link, and you can find our phone number in the comment section. And I want you guys to fill out a contact form. Go to wiseguysandties.com/contact us. The link is in the description of this video. All you have to do is fill out your name and a number and a good time for us to call you tomorrow to lock in that price. You can give us a call on our 800 number, 888-524-9273, which we should have up on the screen here. I will actually bring it up for you right now. And let's bring that up for you right now. Here we go. So you could call 888-524-9273. Get your business credit builder for only $1,749. And of course, don't forget, if you didn't see the very beginning of this, we are actually giving away an iPad Air 2 on next live Tuesday. So this coming Tuesday, when we're live on YouTube in the evening, we are going to announce the winner of the iPad Air 2. Now, how do you actually enter into win that iPad Air 2? What you have to do is text SBS, so Small Business Saturday, SBS to 602-497-2257. Now, that's a raffle. That's a giveaway. That's just kind of one of those things you may or may not win. You know how you can win? You guys can win now because this price is good until tomorrow night. $1,749. We're absolutely crazy, and I guarantee you it will never be this cheap again. It will never be. And I hate discounting the price too, because it, in some way, it makes you feel like it's not worth that. It's easily worth $10,000. If I just asked you, hey, if you gave me $1,749,000 right now, and in the next 6 to 12 months, you gained access to $50,000 at least in lines of credit for your business, man, is that, as a real estate investor, we look at a deal and we say, is that a good deal? And if the numbers work, you do it every time. If you're like, hey, my business partner, needs to see this, yeah, send them this video. We're gonna leave this up until tomorrow night, but I tell you guys, I look forward to working with all of you. Let's finish the year strong. Spend the money where it needs to be spent on improving your business and in building assets that are going to have a long-lasting value to your life and your success. I want to thank you all for joining me here tonight on YouTube. I want to thank Mr. CJ Wallace for letting us use his YouTube once again. Love you, brother. And you guys have a wonderful night. Good night, and God bless.